Namaskar. We are learning e-media. Today we will go to the another medium for electronic communication. This is the second part and you will have the knowledge of voicemail. We will learn how voicemail can be used for our communication. Now we have to remember that mail means to send something. To send a letter by post is routine. Nowadays, the message is sent through voice, which is known as a voicemail. In our country, it is not very popular, but it is becoming popular slowly. For a voicemail, we require a computer. First of all, voice is recorded when a caller makes a call. It means you have to record your voice in a computer. Remember that your mobile phone is also a kind of a computer. The computer gives a signal to start the mail. In mobile phone, this facility is provided by many service providers. Sometimes the receiver's message is also given back. So, the receiving and the answering facilities are given in the device. So this is a wonderful way to communicate. Through voice, you can send the message in this device. The linking is maintained. Both the parties have advantages. Nothing is missed, but the caller has to be careful while giving the message. Some care has to be taken, which is the clarity of the voice and the message short. It means we have to remember in voicemail that whatever message we want to give must be very clear. The other person should understand it very clearly. Ambiguous word, double meaning words will not help. Your tone and speed also should be checked. Be careful while delivering a voice mail. It's a wonderful thing. Anytime the person can receive, anytime the person can listen to it. So there are the advantages on both the sides. In telephone calls, we have to be with a person. Directly we are talking, and sometimes our call is not responded. The person may not be present over there. In such cases, voicemail is wonderful. It is very, very useful. So that is how we can use voicemail. So this is second medium, voicemail. Now there is another method also using another medium, and that is using fax. Now fax is very popular device today. Most of the people in cities especially know it what fax is. Fax is an electronic device joined with a telephone line. Fax machine sends a message to another fax machine. It means fax is a communication fax to fax. Any type of written document can be sent. Remember, this is not voice mail. You are not sending voice, but you are sending a document. Its copy comes out from the receiver's fax machine. Here you have to feed your document to a fax machine. You must have seen photocopy machine where a paper is given and then it is printed out. Same way in a fax machine, your printed document, remember printed document is given, and to the receiver's end its copy, I remind you, its copy comes out. So that is how fax to fax communication can be given. Now you must be knowing how this word fax came into practice. So facsimile is a real word which is a Latin word from Latin language. This facsimile, the word has come. But out of its pronunciation, look, the word facsimile, long word and difficult to say. And that's why people have shortened it, and instead of using long word facsimile, they have used fax, and that fax word has become popular, and that is how we know the word fax. Now there are some advantages and some disadvantages. First of all, we go through what are the benefits. First of all, it is very quick. When I say very quick means immediately a copy comes out. No doubt for one page it may take a few seconds, maybe 50 seconds or 60 seconds. So one page can be sent very quickly. And when we talk one page written document on call, it may take very much long time. So here time is saved, and clarity is also there in voicemail or sometimes in a phone call. Whatever you are saying, the other person may not remember it, may not listen it properly, he may have different meaning. All these things cannot be there. So it is very quick, it is very cheap, and there is no miscommunication, and handling is easy. You have to do nothing, just feed a paper and make a call, and immediately it is done. So desired result is achieved immediately, and there is no need for a person to talk. And that's why in fax, brief messages clarify the sender's ideas. So these are the advantages. Many advantages are there, and that's why this is very popular even today. But if there are advantages, we should also know what are the disadvantages. One has to depend on another's fax machine. It means other person should also have fax machine. If he has not it, you cannot send the message. So on both sides, fax machines are required, and in day-to-day life, only offices will have them. For personal communication, one may not have that machine also. So that is a drawback. Other people may not have a fax machine. In rural area, it is difficult. In cities also, very few such kind of machines are there. So we can imagine that in rural area, it will not be available. So there, to make communication through fax is almost difficult. And telephone line is also required. So these are the some disadvantages of a fax machine. But if we ignore them, if the things are there, we can use a fax machine. The fax letter should begin with the sender's address. How to write? How to send? So he should write his address like letter. If possible, mention your fax number and email address. It should have the receiver's address too. Suppose you are sending a bank or big organization to who you want to give the message, and that's why inside address, receiver's address should be mentioned. Both the addresses should be on the left side. Remember, this is somewhat different thing in comparison to the common letter writing. Receiver's address and writer's address, both are on the left side. Formal salutation isn't necessary. It means that there is no need to write down sir or madam, as it is already mentioned in the address. Look, this is what the letter writing and fax are different. And at the end, there is no need to write yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Remember that we have not mentioned salutation, dear sir, and that's why at the end there is no need yours sincerely, etc. It is, you can say, like sign and write down only your name. So because on a piece of paper we can write down these things. So that is the another medium, and that is how to use this particular device, fax. This is another one, very easy one, and we can take benefit of it if we know it. And one must also make a practice, and then when you come to know about itself, then things will become very easy. So now after fax we go to one more medium for our communication, that is teleconferencing. Now what is it? What teleconferencing means? Tele, this is the word, refers. What is the meaning of tele? Means distance. This is one meaning of tele. Another word is conference. Conference refers to meaning. It means that meeting can be arranged from distant places. At any place, group discussion can be done. Teleconferencing includes both audio conferencing and video conferencing. First is related to only voice transmission. It means audio conferencing, teleconferencing. It is only related to voice transmission. You speak and the other person listens to. Other person speaks and you listen to him. So that is audio. The speaker's voice reaches to many people and at various places. Communication is established across geographical distances. The speaker can also listen to the other end. It is like a two-way radio system. So that is how it works. It means from one place you can talk to many people and all people will listen, and the other person speaks to you and other people also will listen. You will be able to respond him. Whatever benefits in a meeting can be done, can be taken, same benefits are also taken by this particular facility, teleconferencing. So another thing for this device is video conferencing. It is also like audio conferencing. It means in video conference you can listen to the other person's voice too. The only difference is that we can visualize the listener and the speaker. It means in audio you cannot see the person. How is he? What is his facial expression? Where is he sitting? Such things in audio facility not available. But in video conferencing you can have these benefits. So it becomes live. Live pictures come before the speaker and the listener. It has benefits of both audio and video. The speaker can talk to many people. For this, the transmission facility is required. There are some centers which provide it. Means to take this advantage, you need to have this kind of a facility which may provide you to talk to many people at a time. Live pictures, you can see body language, etc. And that is much more beneficial than the teleconferencing through audio only. But again, both the parties should have the equipments. Means the other person also should have the same facility. But it has tremendous benefit. It saves time, money and energy. Remember that lot of people for a meeting have to come from various places, and to reach their particular place. They require time, physical energy is lost, money is also expend. So that is how these things will not be there. Direct discussion can be also done without delay. So that is how it is a benefit that immediately you can talk and also get benefit of their opinions, views. In a way, feedback immediately can be received. So benefit of a meeting face to face, same thing can be taken by this video conferencing. So this is how, look, e-media have changed our life. Our communication has become very easy, convenient, quickly and cheap. So we must learn these media. Thank you very much. We meet in the next episode. Thank you.